Good evening, everyone. It's Sam here with Sacred Oak Temple in Edmonton, Alberta. Today's full moon ritual on June 30th, 2026, is on the theme of power and service. Sacred Oak Temple begins by acknowledging that we're located on the Treaty 6 territory. This is the ancestral and traditional territory of the Cree, the Dene, the Blackfoot, Lakota Sioux, as well as the homeland of the Métis peoples. Treaties give responsibilities and obligations to treat one another fairly and to deal together honestly as equal partners, to share power and to serve our common good. I offer tobacco now and pray to the indigenous spirits of this place as a recognition. May it be accepted, and may this place be seen as my home. And now to ground. All who hear my voice right now, push out your senses, reach out of your bodies. We cast our circle from hand to hand to hand to hand, separated physically by thousands of kilometers, but of one spirit and one body. Reach out of your space, your home, and feel for the hands of others who are gathered through this circle in the community we form in Sacred Oak Temple. And feel the energy of the earth now as it flows up through your body and out through your hands to all the others here in our circle. And feel their energy flow into you and through you back to the earth. Take a deep breath and release and be grounded. Now I'm going to cast the circle. This is a place that is not a place, in a time that is not a time, halfway between the worlds of gods and mortals. This is a place that is all places, in a time that is eternity, where gods and mortals come together. And this is a place that is our home, a time that is our lives, where we can be greater than we thought. As I turn to each direction now and call the elements in, I'd like you to do the same in your own homes. East is the home of air. We can think of air as the power to think and plan, but also the power to persuade and manipulate. We can think of air as the breath of life which we all share, the first sound in the baby's cry, the last sound in the dying gasp of an elder. Open the door to the east now and bring in the air. South is the home of fire. We can think of fire as the ability to destroy what stands in our way, to clear away the underbrush, to prepare land for planting, but also the military destroying what stands in their way, burning villages, schools, and hospitals. Or we can think of fire as a light and warmth in the darkness, a place to gather, to sing and dance, a hearth fire to cook our meals, to share with our community. Open the door to the south and welcome in fire. West is the home of water. We can think of water as drawing us close to our own people, protecting our own children, as a moat to keep other people out. Or we can think of water like drink in the desert, hospitality, washing the dirt from children's faces, a love that reaches out to the whole world. Open the door to the west and welcome in water. North is the home of earth. We can think of earth as walls around our homes and as factories building weapons. We can think of the earth as tools, as fertile land growing food, as clothing against the cold, and material for homes to share. Open the door to the north and welcome the earth. And now center. Center is the home of spirit. We can think of the spirit as being our gods, the gods of our people that have a special relationship only with us, a set of truths and scriptures that only our priests are allowed to interpret as law and command. Or we can think of the Spirit as opening us up to wonder and beauty, created through relationships and art, songs that others can learn and sing, and gifts that we can only know by giving them away. Open the door to the center and welcome in the Spirit. And now for the working. Are we safe here? Do we need to build walls and protect ourselves? Does that make us safe? Or should we open up and invite others in? Should we build a large, supportive community to make everyone safe? Am I for myself first, or am I for our others as well? Now, power is the ability to get what we want and to shape the world to suit ourselves. When we see power as top-down and oppressive and something scarce that someone possesses or lacks, then we need to ration it and control it. We can see it as a thing, or we can see it as a relationship. It can be completely different from solidarity and service, or solidarity and service can produce it. Can we get away from that idea that all power is oppressive and find it as productive? It's a fact of life that we all participate in relationships that create power. It is produced from one moment to the next at every point. Power is everywhere, not because it embraces everything, but because it comes from everywhere. It's not an institution or a structure, and neither is it a certain strength that we are endowed with. It's the name that we give to a complex strategic situation in a particular society. We all have power. It changes at any given moment depending on who we are with. Power can't go away, and it's not always obvious who has more influence in any given relationship. Power is not stable. It constantly changes as the people we are with change. How can we move away from this idea of power as power over, in which those who exercise it own it, to an idea of power with, where all of us jointly create power and decide how it is wielded and by whom and to what ends? We can do that by changing how we think about power. My ability to get what I want doesn't keep you from getting what you want if we are in a community with one another. So I'd like you to take a moment now and think about people that you are in community with. And think about new people that you could invite in to your community. Friends of friends, people that you admire, and think about how to give and share power with them. Think about people that you disagree with as well, and how can you create community with them? A spiritual way of recognizing and sharing power is by offering up blessings, calling for the blessings of the gods on particular people. So I'd like now, let us ask for blessings on those who hold everything together. Blessings on the farmers who grow our food. Blessings on the bakers and cooks who feed us. Blessings on the poets and singers who inspire us. Blessings on the doctors who heal us. And blessings on our friends who celebrate and who mourn with us. Blessings on the world, on the people, on the animals, on the plants, on the sun and the moon, and on all our relations. Blessings on ourselves as we bless others, as we feed them and comfort them and sing with them and help them heal. Blessed be everyone. And now it's time to bless and share food and drink. It's not we who bless food and drink, but they who bless us. In their nature, they nourish our bodies, and when we share them, we create community. So it was in ancient times, and so it is today, and so as we go forward into the future. May you never thirst. And may you never hunger. Have something to eat, something to drink. Share food and drink with me now, and with whoever is in your circle at home. Thank you to the divine mysteries, goddesses and gods that are revealed and concealed in the workings of the world and in our lives. To the center, we connect always. We can choose how to understand and how to connect, and those choices shape spirit for us. And we close the door of the center with thanks to the Spirit. Blessed be. We make, and our dreams are real. We can choose what to make and for what purpose, to push away or to bring together. We close the door of the north with thanks to the earth. Blessed be. We love because love does not last. We can choose who to love and when and how to connect. And we close the door of the west now and thank the water. Blessed be. We can choose how to use the hot power of fire to destroy or to transform. We close the door of the south now with thanks to fire. Blessed be. The breath of life, it pushes back against death and creates meaning. We can choose to live together, to make meaning together, to serve or to dominate. We close the door of the east now with thanks to the air. Blessed be. Before we completely leave sacred space, I'd like you to take a moment and ground again. Take a deep breath. Hold it, and now release it. And again. And finally. May we go from this place refreshed and aware. This circle is open and yet unbroken. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be everyone. The next temple rite will be the new moon, July 14th at 7 p.m. and here. Take care of yourselves, everyone.